Found this in my attic today. I still feel like I'm 110 pounds.
He can still wear it.
That's right. Anyway, thanks for coming tonight. We're excited. It's been a year since we've been here, and it was a nice show last year. And if anybody was here last year, yeah, I know there's a couple. The others are boycotting, but there's a lot of new faces up here. We kind of shift the show around. But anyway, how many still believe in Santa Claus out there? Suckers. You ready? Hit it, guys.
Santa looked a lot like Daddy, or Daddy looked a lot like him. It's not the way I had him pictured. Santa was much too thin. He didn't come down the chimney, so Mama must have let him in. Oh, Santa looked a lot like Daddy, or Daddy looked a lot like him. Don't look out the window!
She repeated this sentence over and over as twilight leaked its ink across southern Indiana.
Don't look out the window!
It sounded like a good title for a drive-in horror movie. But actually, this was our mother's 5-word Christmas Eve mantra, which always began at 5:30 p.m.
Don't look out the window!
We still butt-scooted our way toward the living room window, of course, inch by cautious inch, me and my younger brother Patrick. But Mom's voice always caused us to abort our mission before the living room curtain could be parted for a look-see.
Don't look out the window.
Even from a different room, out of sight, she knew what we were doing. Don't look out the window, she warned. Hollering over Buck Owens and the Buckaroos, Santa looked a lot like Daddy playing on the stereo console. Dad always got a kick out of that song. It played 100 times that day, confounding me with its lyrics.
Santa looked a lot like Daddy, or Daddy looked a lot like him. It's not the way I had him pictured. Santa was much too thin. He didn't come down the chimney, so Mama must have let him in. Oh, Santa looked a lot like Daddy, or Daddy looked a lot like him.
There was a hidden message in that song. The wink-winks between adults when it played told me so.
Don't look out the window!
Why can't we?
He won't come if you do. They'll fly right over our house and take your toys to other boys and girls who don't look out the window.
I didn't like the thought of losing my anticipated GAF talking Viewmaster to someone else. It was torture being blocked from looking out the front picture window. We wanted to see Santa and his flying reindeer in action. As 6 p.m. drew closer, we were sequestered in the kitchen, where we anxiously watched the wall clock. Before Santa came, we knew the phone would ring. It would be Grandpa Saalman pretending to be Santa. We knew it was Grandpa, for it sounded like him trying to sound like someone else. He was a lousy impersonator. He was no Rich Little. Yes, we had been good that year, we told him. We recited our wish list for his request, even though it was too late for such questions. It was Christmas Eve, for goodness sake. We also knew it was impossible for Santa to be talking on the phone airborne en route from the North Pole. This was way before cell phones. Even Santa's elves lacked the imagination to dream up a sleigh phone.
Don't look out the window!
Santa's visit also couldn't happen before the arrival of Grandma and Grandpa Goffnet, plus some of our uncles and aunts. We prayed Mom's side of the family wouldn't run out of beer before reaching our house. Or else they'd have to detour to T&R Liquors, thus preempting our Christmas. I doubt the 3 wise men posed such a problem. Oddly, Uncle Bill and Aunt Bonnie were always missing from this gathering. It concerned me that Bill and Bonnie apparently didn't care for Christmas.
Don't look out the window!
Our house was one of the few I knew of where Santa didn't mind being seen in person. We actually sat on his lap, fielded the same questions asked of us by Grandpa Saalman mere minutes before, and then Santa personally handed us our presents, pulled from his huge white cloth sack. The toys always what we wished for.
Don't look out the window!
One year, though, he pulled a real zinger. He brought in a sack of twigs, the dreaded switches we were always warned about by our parents, usually beginning around December 1st. My heart dropped seeing those switches. That Christmas song was right after all. He does know if you've been good or bad. I had a summer flashback of me coaxing my brother to poop in his ball cap, much to the amusement of our visiting cousins. My brother saw the switches and burst into tears. The aunts and uncles, even our grandparents, laughed, nearly spilling their beers. Their laughing, fiendish faces reflected off the Christmas tree's shiny glass ball ornaments. The worst holiday moment ever. This wasn't Norman Rockwell, this was Norman Rockwell. The bag of switches was just a big fat joke, though it made a lasting point. Ha ha ha, ho ho ho. We were punked decades before punk existed. The real sack of toys pulled from outside cheered us up. Santa never stayed long. There were many houses to visit. When the heels of his black boots exited through the doorway, Mom would warn us once more.
Don't look out the window!
Depriving us from seeing the sledge lift off, with Rudolph leading the way. On my 11th Christmas, though, after Santa stepped outside and Mom issued her final window warning, I noticed her preoccupation with installing batteries in one of Patrick's gifts. So, naughty or nice no longer seemingly applicable at that point, I looked out the front window. I saw Santa climb into the passenger side of my Uncle Bill's big brown Buick. Aunt Bonnie was behind the wheel. Even now, I wish I had listened to my mom. Folks, never look out the window.
Santa looked a lot like Daddy, and Daddy looked a lot like him. It's not the way I had him pictured. Santa was much too thin. He didn't come down